Hello, I'm Eunjae from We Learn to Share, and welcome to my seventh lecture on political philosophy. The philosopher that we'll be looking at today is Thomas Aquinas. Thomas Aquinas was a philosopher and a saint who lived during the 13th century. Thomas was born in the town of Roccasecca near the city of Aquino in Italy in 1225. He went to the University of Naples in 1239, and then he became Dominican in 1244. He continued to write about his theories and lectured in various countries. Then he died in 1274 in the middle of the journey to the Council of Lyons. And before we move on to the political theory of Thomas Aquinas, let's look at how he defined the state of nature. Thomas Aquinas argued that the desire to live in a society is inclined in human beings as one of the natural goods. Also, he believed that political societies or civitas derived from the needs and desires of human nature, and that even though human beings naturally desire to live in political societies, such societies must be found, built, and managed by human industries. Living in a political society will make one fully human. Aquinas also explained that humans are also inclined to moral virtues, and to accomplish such virtues, education and habituation are necessary. Political societies are neither the result of human ingenuity, nor is it an artificial system that has been brought up to solve the problems that occur during the state of nature. And this is what distinguishes this idea from the social contract theories of modern philosophers, as those who had seen in my first video will know that the social contract theories argued that society was formed to provide factors that are not ensured during the state of nature, like protection and the protection of private goods. And to elaborate more on the idea that political society has been derived from nature, it is rather what people naturally desire, making it necessary to lead their existence to perfection, not something simply given by the nature. As Aquinas argued, political society is one type of community that derives from nature, and there is another type of community that also derives from nature, which is family. Then how is family different from a political society? Well, the concept of family is prior to the concept of political society, in the terms of priority of development, not importance. After all, it is the political society that holds much more importance, as the good the political society seeks for is much higher than the good that families seek. And this political societies make humans perfect. It definitely provides better protection to the people, but it also makes one perfect in terms of morality and intellect. How? When one is part of a political community, then the fact itself will broaden one's perspectives, and when one can see things other than their physical needs, one will be able to achieve perfection. The next concept that we'll be looking at is practical wisdom. Thomas Aquinas gave us a concept of practical wisdom, which, according to Thomas, includes political wisdom, the type of wisdom that is exercised in governance. However, he believed that although practical wisdom extends to governance, it is only limited to governance itself and does not reach to the governance of the people. This is because the concept of practical wisdom is different from that of the common good. Thomas, in his book Ethics, states that the concept of the common good is closely related to the virtue of justice, while practical wisdom does not. Also, the ones who are seen to be practically wise are those who follow their own will, and actually, those who acted for the common good were actually considered as not so practically wise. Also, just like we talk about moderation and courage only in the context of self interest, we should also talk about practical wisdom in the same way that we contradistinguish practical wisdom from moderation and courage. Now let's look at how he brings up the idea of human law. Thomas Aquinas points out that the natural law cannot provide specific needs for humans, like how often should the public facilities should be replaced, or how the military system is going to work out. But what the natural law can give is only the fundamental basis for politics and human actions. For example, the natural law can say that criminals who have been unjust and committed actions such as murder should be punished. But the natural law cannot tell us the specific type of punishment that should be given. And to solve this problem, Thomas gave us the concept of human law. It gives us the details of society and politics, and that the natural law fails to provide. So, if you go back to the example of punishing criminals, it will be the human law that will tell us what kind of punishment will be given to what degree. Human law also makes people follow the norm and rules that has been set up by the natural law. And this is what distinguishes the theory of Aquinas. The point is that although all human laws originated from natural law seen from some aspects, differences in how one has been more or less directly derived from it exists. And to summarize, it will be the natural law that will make such decisions, and it will be the human law that will conclude it. Today, we looked at the political theories of Thomas Aquinas. We were able to know how he defined the state of nature and how it was different from the modern social contract theories. And we looked at the concept of political society, practical wisdom, and human law. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in another video. Bye!